Question. On August 3, 2018, after praying to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas at the Guanyin Siddha Center, I received a thought message regarding the hell associated with defaming Buddhism, the unintermittent hell. Guanyin Bodhisattva told me that I am permitted to share my spiritual experience with the Master, and once verified by the Master, I should share it online to warn people against defaming any practices of right faith or right dharma, including any other religions. A person should also not defame any propagators of any right dharma, as any of those descending into this hell will experience excruciating pain and suffering. You must bear this in mind. Buddhist practitioners must not defame the triple gems, the Buddha, the Dharma and the Sangha, with unwholesome intentions, nor should they collect money by illegitimate means or for personal use. Even if they do not follow this Buddhist practice, they still must not smear propagators of any right dharma. The unintermittent hell associated with defaming Buddhism. A display appeared from thin air and stretched across the front of the Buddhist altar in the Guanyin Siddha Center, and it began to reveal the scene of the hell. A few souls were forced by Dharma protectors to kneel in front of Dharma protecting bodhisattvas, who appeared solemnly strict, while an army of heavenly and dignified-looking soldiers appeared in the sky above the Guanyin Siddha Center. After the underworld officials pronounced the verdicts, a dark passage appeared on the ground of the Guanyin Siddha Center. When it opened, I heard echoes of terrifying screams from within. There are no words to describe how horrifying these screams were, as even the most spine-tingling cry from a horror film pales miserably in comparison. It was truly frightening. Every hair on my body stood up out of pure fear. The souls were taken into the dark passage, which teleported them to the unintermittent hell. The Dharma protector told me that, no matter who you are, any person, so long as they have defamed any practice of right faith or right dharma, or of any religion, will be taken and punished in this terrifying hell. At the terrified faces of these souls descend into hell, their thoughts are transmitted onto the display in the Guanyin Siddha Center. I could feel all of their sensations, including the hell's searing heat, what they can see, their fear and pain. It's as though I am there personally. Because it was the underworld, it's not something that can be invented, even by the most advanced modern technology in the human realm. An enforcement officer suddenly appears before the souls. Enforcement officers in other hells look similar to the people in the human realm. Some are dressed in clothes from the ancient past, others wear the attire of the modern day, but he is different. Enforcement officers differ according to their respective jurisdictions. This particular officer stood at the height of 7 or 8 men, his skin red and black, and with a ferocious appearance. No matter who looked at him, they would be terrified. His face was unlike that of a man, he is more like a bull with a man's body. Previously, I shared what I experienced on my journey to the unintermittent hell, describing it as an extremely hot place surrounded by red-hot slag and molten lava. The enforcement officer grasped at the soul firmly, shouted a few words at the sky, and waited for the echoed response. The voice listed all the crimes committed by the soul and for how many years the punishment should last. I heard that the offender would spend 10,000 years in hell. As I didn't know how hell years were calculated, I asked Guanyin Bodhisattva, how many years in the human realm equate to 10,000 years in the hell realm? Guanyin Bodhisattva said nothing, but the eyes welled up with tears. The enforcement officer's power was incredibly strong as he blasted a hole into the slag with his fist. As molten lava seeped out, he took a large cup by the handle, dipped it into the lava with one hand, and with the other pried open the soul's mouth. The soul struggled and tried to break free, but to no avail, as the officer's strength was immense. The molten hot lava was poured into the offender's mouth. At the top of its burning lungs, the offender screamed a terrifying scream. The suffering from punishment in other hells pales in comparison. Their thoughts were transmitted to the display. It's too painful, Guanyin Bodhisattva. I wish that I could die. The lava is like liquid flames burning through every organ, and my skin is blackened with the smoke from my pores. Blood and poos are seeping from my eyes and ears. It's unbearable. Every moment feels like 10,000 years. I don't want to stay in this hell for a second longer. I shouldn't have defamed the bodhisattvas and dharma protectors of the Guanyin Siddha Dharma door. I shouldn't have spoken so irresponsibly and committed such severe verbal misconduct. I shouldn't have said that Guanyin Siddha Dharma door was an evil cult. I was wrong. Every offender in this hell appeared charred, their faces indistinguishable to the point of facelessness. Whenever the lava in the soul's body cooled, the enforcement officer would pour in another cup of freshly molten liquid. In this hell, the punishment is inflicted every single second until the sentence is over. When the display disappeared, that's the thought message I received at my most clear-headed. Master Jun Hong Lu's reply. All those who defame the Buddha Dharma will be punished. It's just a matter of time. Have you heard me criticize any religion since I propagated the Dharma? This hell for defaming Buddhism is retribution for irresponsible speech. Even when dreaming of this hell, wouldn't you be scared? You will realize the consequence of defamation through the punishment. When a person's karmic retribution manifests, even the bodhisattvas are unable to save them. Hell's huge enforcement officers are those of the underworld tasked with executing the punishment. Their faces are like a horse and their horns like a bull.